Waste your time.
Sorry.
Can I change from fiber? My one is number.
Jekmila.
Security, they are standing in front only. Thank you. बाद में Oh, so this is fine. Excuse me. Sir. Excuse me. Sir. आप थोड़ा साइड हो जाइए ना, मैं आगे I won't go anywhere, sir. आप कहीं से हाँ, आप सामने मत रहिए ना, फिर मैं क्या फिल्म करूँगा? नहीं लो ना भाई साहब, प्लीज मेरे सामने मत आना प्लीज. I will stay here. कोई इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं है. हाँ है, मुझे बुलाया गया इसीलिए. ओके बैठो. शांति से ही है. टीवी में तो आमने लेंस बैक सर ये पीछे लक्षणा हमें तो इधर बुलाया ना सर, हम तो उधर ही आप थोड़ा साइड हो जाइए, प्यार से बोलो, हो जाएगा सर, प्यार से ही हो जाएगा रास्ते में मत ये लोग आ रहे सामने खड़े होते हैं, क्या रहना इधर क्या करें
동년 형제 송든 직비람 73자 강친 단중군 숙나바모 단신 겸
Paying homage to His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama with a verse praising him, which was actually composed by His Holiness himself at the request of his Gyabje Diku Khyentse Rinpoche. The embodiment of compassion of all Buddhas manifested Shimaraya Avalokiteshvara, saffron robed, endowed with holding the three vows, Prathamoksha Bodhisattva Mantrayan, helmsman of peace, Dharma king of the three realms of existence, master of the entire Buddhist teaching in the world, the patron deity of land of snows, Tibet, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the all-knowing, impartial protector and refuge of all beings who intentionally manifested in Dakche Amdo in 1935. Today, on his auspicious 90th birthday anniversary, which falls on the 5th day of the 5th month of the Tibetan year, 2152, corresponding to June 30th, 2025, we offer the three symbols of body, speech, and mind, and to pour His Holiness long life. This special gathering includes the great head lamas of Tibetan Buddhist traditions, the representatives of Chinese Buddhist tradition, representatives of Theravada tradition from Sri Lanka, India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Burma, as well as representatives from Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Baha'i, Judaism, Jainism, Sikhism, and other religious traditions. In the presence of the three pillars of democracy of Central Tibetan history, administration, and the entire administrative staff, the lay people and monastic communities from the three provinces of Tibet, with pledge gods and faithful beings of all walks of life, expressing joy, happiness, delight, faith, devotion, and reverence, we make this sincere offering of recognition to His Holiness 14th Dalai Lama as the peerless teacher of the 21st century.
Deity of the land of snows, His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, the all-knowing, the impartial protector and refuge of all beings, who intentionally manifested in Dakche Amdo in 1935. Today, on his auspicious 90th birthday, which falls on the 5th day of the 5th month of the Tibetan year 2152, corresponding to June 30th, 2025, we offer the three symbols of body, speech, and mind for his long life. This special gathering will include the great spiritual leaders of Tibet, representative of Chinese Buddhism, representatives of the Theravada traditions from India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Burma, as well as representatives from Hindu, Christian, Islam, Baha'i, Jewish, Jain, Sikh, and other religious traditions. In the presence of the three democratic leaders of the Central Tibetan administration and the entire administrative staff, the lay people and monastic communities from the three provinces of Tibet, with pledged gods and faithful beings of all walks of life, expressing joy, happiness, delight, faith, devotion, and reverence, we make this sincere offering of recognition to His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, the peerless teacher of the 21st century.
Zarim Tangpo, Maxid Chemo, Joa Satung Jiwi, Jen Chum Tsungda Mepa, Gongsa Jamgun Jewi Wu, Tamjin Chinching Zipa Chembun Chua, Diru Nixi Lana Mebi, Stonba Chembur Evi, Sundu Henshi, Jabji, Gerda and Buchin Chunin Hendren Sheje.
So Giddu Rinpoche will honor His Holiness with the
Grand Recognition
award.
Ceremony. His Eminence Kasur Kyabche Kirti Rinpoche Cho will offer a sacred invocation, humbly requesting His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the incomparable guide of all beings and omniscient one, to graciously accept the title of the peerless teacher of the 21st century. Your Eminence, please proceed.
A supplication, a melodious symphony of thunderous clouds. A supplication for the ceremony to honor His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama for the award, the peerless teacher of 21st century. In the root Tantra of Manjushri, it says, when the Buddha's teaching declines on this earth in the final age, in a disguise of king will appear a monk without doubt. As stated above, at a critical period in time when both the tradition of incomparable Shakyamuni Buddha and the prosperity of Tibet face the threat of destruction, you intentionally took birth in accord with the aspiration of your predecessor, the 13th Dalai Lama, on July 6, 1935, the 5th day of the 5th month of the woodpick year in the 16th Tibetan Rabjung cycle. You were born in Daktsir, a place close to Kumbu Monastery and known as Second Lumbini, the Joyous Garden, as the son of Father Chogyong Tsering and Mother Degi Tsering. In accord with the instructions of oath-bound protectors and the most venerable lamas, you were recognized as the 14th Dalai Lama within the lineage that represent emanation of Avalokiteshvara and placed on the golden throne of Potala Palace, studying under many great masters and establishing a firm foundation of Vinaya discipline. You have mastered all aspects of Sutra, Tantra, and other fields of knowledge, shouldering the responsibility of both the spiritual and temporal leadership amidst the complex challenges of Sino-Tibetan relationship. You constantly viewed both friends and foes as equal objects of compassion. You embrace the path of seeking resolution to dispute only through non-violence and dialogue. However, due to various internal and external factors, as Tibet experienced unbearable calamity, you were compelled to part from your own homeland and seek refuge in India. Even then, right from the start, you proclaimed aloud your incredible viewpoint that there are neither enemies nor friends, embodying the conduct of Avalokiteshvara, the Buddha of compassion. From that time on up to the present, you are practically engaged in your profound commitments of leading humanity into peace and harmony without the slightest feeling of bias that discriminates between people of the world, whether from the east or west, as friends, enemies, neutral, or communists. You have embraced nonviolence and peace as your primary objective. By extracting essence from the marvelous Buddhist teachings, you have promoted the values of equality, universal responsibility, unbiased compassion, forbearance, and freedom throughout the world. Furthermore, you have led millions of people across the world on the path of peace and non-violence through advocating at disarmament, especially of weapons that pose immense threat to human lives as well as our planet, teaching the principles of interdependence that could help expand human intelligence and promoting interfaith understanding and harmony so divisions based on religious differences could be prevented. You also initiated a most remarkable approach to addressing the collective human challenges, including paths to personal happiness and meaning that is universal and not tied to cultures and perspectives of any specific religion. This approach includes appreciating the nature of reality, both external and internal, embracing the principles of interdependence, taking note of the specificity of immediate needs, and drawing upon shared human experience, common sense, and key scientific findings. For those who adhere to religious faith, you conferred profound Dharma teachings that are easy to comprehend and practically applicable. For those who do not embrace religion, you promoted a path to a happy life that emphasizes the following: that inner material happiness, mental happiness, is more important than external material well-being, that mental health is as crucial as physical health, that mental development is necessary beyond physical development, and that by cultivating altruism, one's own happiness will follow as a byproduct. In your efforts to resolve the issue of Tibetan people's quest for freedom, you have maintained through the struggle the principle of non-violence by advocating the middle way approach, seeking mutual benefit through dialogue. For your tireless efforts in promoting non-violent solutions to international disputes, military conflicts, human rights issues, and global environmental concerns, you were honored with Nobel Peace Prize, a most prestigious award in the world. With respect to Tibetan Buddhism, you have demonstrated with clarity that it is not Lamaism but an authentic Nalanda tradition. You have also advocated the promotion of ancient Indian knowledge and wisdom, and also the need as well as the possibility of recognizing how all religions, despite their doctrinal and philosophical differences, share the common essence of guiding humans toward goodness and happiness. On this basis, you have promoted mutual respect and mutual admiration across the world's faith traditions, thus establishing bridges between different religious communities, promoting love, compassion, contentment, patience, and moral discipline. The essential teaching of all religions, you have stood as the peerless, as peerless teacher leading the world towards peace. Through your boundless noble deeds aimed at transforming the 21st century into a century free of violence, where humans can live in peace, the waves of violence have decreased in their destructive force. More humans have found discernment to differentiate good and evil. An understanding of moral responsibility has increased within the people day by day. In brief, Your Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama, Jambe Ngawang Losang Yeshe Tenzin Gyatso. Losang Yeshe Tenzin Gyatso, the incomparable master of the three realms, you have been hailed as the helmsman of world peace, the guide of all beings without discrimination, the crown jewel of both samsara and nirvana, including gods and as well as humans, and the great universal master who turns the wheel of both spiritual and temporal principles. In these ways, you have been and are still being honored from across the world through the countless gifts of praise and awards. So today, on this auspicious and favorable day, the fifth day of the fifth month of the Wood Snake Year, the Tibetan Royal Year 2152, June 30, 2025, here at the Thaksin Churling Temple in Dharamsala, India, a site significant for both spiritual and temporal societal affairs. in the presence of the great spiritual leaders of Tibet, representatives of Chinese, Buddhist traditions, representatives of Theravada traditions from India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Burma, as well as representatives of Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Baha'i, Judaism, Jainism, Sikhism, and other religious traditions, and the three democratic pillars of the Central Tibetan administration and their officials, we, the faithful people of the three provinces of Tibet, along with devotees from all traditions, pay homage to you through our three doors of body, speech, and mind. As part of the celebration to mark your 90th birthday, Your Holiness, first and foremost accompanied by the musical offerings that delight the senses of gods and humans, as well as the carrying of banners and parasols, allow us to present this special icon memento. At its base is long life vase, symbolizing that you remain in the nature of Buddha Amitayus, the Buddha of longevity. On this vase is a white lotus, symbolizing that although you have appeared in the world, you remain unstained by the flaws of the world. Above this lotus is the globe, symbolizing that you have chosen this earth to be your domain of enlightened activity. Atop the globe is a seat of sun and moon, symbolizing the illumination of the path of the union of emptiness and compassion. On this seat, symbolizing the appearance of Avalokiteshvara in the guise of a monk in saffron robes as the peerless spiritual teacher in this 21st century, is your image, Your Holiness, in a standing posture, with your two hands joined in prayer and gazing upon all beings with love and compassion, to symbolize fulfilling the wishes of each of your disciples in accord with their aspirations. Behind you is a pattern of jewels, and to symbolize that you are an emanation of noble Padmapani Avalokiteshvara, the holder of lotus. Your two sides, right and left, are adorned with white lotus. In addition, to indicate how you are indivisible from our teacher, the Buddha, our guide, endowed with 10 powers, there is a halo of light around your head. We offer this memento sculpted from precious metals of gold and silver to you, Your Holiness, symbolizing numerous aspects of auspicious connections between you and us, the teacher and his disciples. We offer this with joy, faith, delight, and devotion, with respect and admiration, and honor you, the incomparable great 14th Dalai Lama, the emanation of Avalokiteshvara and helmsman of the world. Peace, as the peerless teacher of the 21st century, we request you to kindly accept this offering, and with your lifespan firm as indestructible diamond, we please continue to embrace your noble deeds as the incomparable great teacher of the world, as long as this great world system exists. Please bless us with your compassionate gaze and protection.
Abahe, Jia, Jin, Siso, Chilerimages, Katolama number Tele. Kunambi, will a chokaxum just here Chamamanga, Damden, Hatang Chibi, Riman the Dead and Sendo Younger Sashi Day, Sartang or Jefton Yongzuk.
So next is the presentation of the golden symbol, like in insignia, recognizing His Holiness 14th Dalai Lama as the peerless teacher, the chairman of the organizing committee for the 90th birthday celebration. His Holiness will present this to the three democratic leaders of Tibetan Central Administration, who will then present it to the heads of the Tibetan Buddhist lineage, then to the representatives of Chinese Buddhism, representatives of Theravada traditions of India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Myanmar, and the representatives of various diverse religious traditions, including Hinduism, Christianity, Islam, Baha'i,
as the peerless
Judaism,
teacher of the 21st
Jainism, and Sikhism. They'll then
chairman
offer
of
the golden
organizing
symbolic
committee for the
insignia
90th birthday celebration of His Holiness
on
will
behalf
present this to the
all
three
devoted
democratic
beings,
leaders
regardless
the
of
Central
sects,
Tibetan
including the faithful
administration,
citizens of all the
who will
three
then present
regions,
it to the
provinces
heads
of
the
Tibet, to
Tibetan
His
Buddhist
Holiness Dalai
lineages,
Lama, the leader of
then
Buddha's
to the
teaching.
representative of Chinese Buddhism, representatives of the Theravada traditions from India, Sri Lanka, Thailand, Myanmar, and representatives of various diverse religious traditions, including Hindu, Christian, Muslim, Baha'i, Jewish, Jain, and Sikh faiths. They will then offer the golden symbolic insignia
Upon His Holiness' acceptance of the title of the peerless teacher of the 21st century, all beings of the world, including gods, they express our gratitude with joy, devotion, and happiness by reciting the auspicious verses accompanied with religious music, hoisting victorious banner, umbrellas, and showering with flowers.
Upon His Holiness's acceptance of the title of the peerless teacher of the 21st century, all beings of the world, including the gods, express our gratitude with joy, devotion, and happiness by reciting the auspicious verses accompanied with religious music, hoisting victory banners and umbrellas, and showering various flowers.
ki kortun ki zarim nipa tanjik tensum derbal kiram yershik pe lana me pe tomba chimbo khachip jinro yong jin jin chonda me ba konsa chamgo yawe gawo tamchin chenja zgpa chimbo cho tandan rui ton de kase kargir tanjang jabji kasir kirde rumbo chi choda ki shongmo kasir jisin pama cho ki kortun kojuk soshokon choso kasir topdan lorug chocheni tanjik tarmbur ti sonde manjar ta tensum dermbul shuje
We now proceed to the second part of our program, the long life prayer offering. His Eminence, former Minister Kyabje Kirti Rinpoche Cho, His Holiness's sister and former Minister, the Honorable Kasur Madam Chizumpe Amacho, and the Chairman of the Organizing Committee, former Speaker and Minister, the Honorable Thupten Lungri Cho, will present the long life mandala offering to His Holiness, praying that he remains with us for eons to come.
단덕 라치 남지지 라처 세르차 망수 용니 야위 샤튼 손딥 소마당제 기 고르톤지 진덕 용니 벌소 남대고 슈제.
Next is prayer of long life of His Holiness Dalai Lama.
Join with lay people in reciting prayers from for His Holiness's long life, all sponsors are invited to make their various ceremonial offerings. We will now serve tea and JC, the sacred, sweet rice offering.
This long life prayer was written by His Holiness, the late two tutors of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Gyabje Yongzin Ling Rinpoche and Gyabje Yongzin Tujang Rinpoche. It invokes the assembly of most kind teachers, both past and present, the miraculous dance of the body, speech, and mind of innumerable Buddhas manifesting in accord with the aspirations of the spiritual capacities, the wish-granting jewel, the source of all good and virtue and good. And with fervent devotion, we pray that the Gyatso protect the land of snows, live for 100 eons, shower on him your blessings so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. And then the next, it invokes the assembly of meditational deities, manifesting as countless mandalas and divinities, the magical clouds of immaculate transcendent wisdom reaching to the farthest expanse of the space of ultimate reality. To you we offer a prayer with fervent devotion that Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snow, live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessings so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. And then next we invoke the victorious Buddhas, then the Dharma and the Supreme Sangha. And we pray the land of snows live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessing. And then the assemblies of heroes and Darkas and Dakinis, and the ocean of protectors, Dharma protectors, endowed with eyes of transcendent wisdom, the powerful guardians and upholders of the teaching who wear inseparably on their matted clocks, that not symbolizing their pledge to the Vajra holder, the Buddha. To you we offer our prayers with fervent devotion, that Tenzin Gyatso, protector of the land of snows, will live for 100 eons. Shower on him your blessings so that his aspirations are fulfilled without hindrance. Thus, to the congregation of excellent, undeceiving refuge, we pray that by the power of this prayer, expressed from our heart, filled with fervent devotion and humility, may the body, speech, and mind of the soul of the land of snows, the supreme Ngawang Lobs on Tenzin Gyatso, be indestructible, unfluctuating, and unceasing. May he live immutable for 100 eons, seated on the diamond throne, transcending decay and destruction. You are the jewel heart, embodying all compassionate, beneficial deeds. O most courageous one, you carry upon your shoulders the burden of all the Buddhas of the infinite realms. May all your noble aspirations be fulfilled as intended. By virtue of this, may the heavenly doors of the fortunate era open eternally as a source of relief and respite for all beings, and may the auspicious signs reach the apex of existence and release as the sacred teachings flourish through all times and all realms. May the nectar stream of the blessings of Lotus Holder always enter our hearts and flourish and nourish it with strength. May we please you with our offering of dedicated practice, and may we reach beyond the shores of perfect, compassionate deeds. Through the blessings of the wondrous Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, by the infallible truth of the laws of interdependent origination, and by the purity of our fervent aspirations, may the aims of our prayer, be fulfilled without hindrance. So now, next we have the blessings for the tea and the ceremony of sweetened rice. Jessil.
Kortun Chimun Zarim Samban Gonzik Shuyin, Ki Kortun Kodik Soshung Gotoso, Kasser Kongo Totan Longi Chone, Kortun Tanjevi Sun Shananje.
We now begin our third program, the Grand Birthday Celebration. The chairman of the organizing committee, former speaker and minister, the Honorable Thupten Lungricho, will now deliver a speech related to this momentous celebration.
Though numerous Buddhas have appeared in the world, none of them have been able to tame the unruly beings. But you are the incomparable teacher to us. Your Holiness, you are the patron deity of Tibet. You are the peerless teacher of the 21st century.
Jagar Sri Lanka, Thailand, Burma Jeki, Neden Debe Kuzap. Venerable Bandi Parmaka, Nippon Prasandi, Venerable Titza, Srimatanda Thero, Namthang, Hindu, Yeshu, Kaji, Wahi, Jew, Jain, Sikh,
and the representatives of Hinduism and so forth.
Kuzap, Pujya Swami Chidanand Saraswati, Acharya Lokesh Muni, Dr. Mahinder Singh Sikh, Srimati Guram Kaur, Rabbi Ezekiel Isaac Malikar, Farid Ahmad Nizam,
So he's
FR Dr. M.
reading the names of the different representatives of the various religious traditions. So these and the abbots and the reincarnate lamas, I would like to greet you all with Tashi Delek. And then the three pillars of the Tibetan Central Administration and the representatives of the Gaden Podang office of His Holiness Dalai Lama and the Tibetan CDA staff members and all of the Tibetans from the three provinces. I greet everyone. So on this occasion, His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the peerless teacher of the 21st century, so on this 90th birthday celebration of His Holiness the Dalai Lama according to the Tibetan calendar, we, the Tibetans, and people from all walks of life, all religious backgrounds, and so forth, all of us have gathered here to honor His Holiness with the title, the peerless teacher of the 21st century. It is a great, joyous occasion for us to have been able to present His Holiness with this honor and award. So His Holiness Dalai Lama looks upon all sentient beings as with compassion, equally like a mother's compassion and love towards her children. So we have recited Om Mani Padme Hum, the sixth syllable mantra, and the praise of Arya Tara, Goddess Tara, as well as saving lives of sheep and so forth who were on the verge of being killed, slaughtered, and then also environmental cleanliness. We have done all these different things for the long life of His Holiness the Dalai Lama. And for 1 week, Kirti Monastery has done a ritual for the long life of His Holiness Dalai Lama on the basis of white Tara. So for having done all these, and then we also made the long life puja offering to His Holiness with offerings of various statues of the Buddha. And so we are very glad to have been able to do all this. So His Holiness Dalai Lama was born in Tatcher, 1935. On the 5th day of the 5th month of the peak year, So on the 80th birthday of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, when we made offering to him from the people of Dome, the Amdo, Your Holiness has said that you are now offering me this long life offering on my 80th birthday, and you should also make the same kind of offering to me when I turn 90. Those who are old now should feel determined to live until I turn 90, even if you were on the verge of death. So, to give you a brief summary of how we prepared for this 90th birthday celebration. So, at the general body meeting of the Dome people, organized by the Dome Association, Central Association, we made a request. We appealed to, wrote a letter to the Office of His Holiness Dalai Lama that to give us an opportunity to make a birthday celebration offering to His Holiness, which was permitted. And we have been doing our best to do our best to organize this celebration, though it has not been as desired. But as I said earlier, we have invited different heads of different religious traditions and representatives of different religious traditions of the world. And everyone, the faithful, and everyone gathered here have been able to offer Your Holiness with the honor, the award of the peerless teacher of the 21st century. So, of course, this celebration here is organized by the Dome Central Dome people and its association, but we have been able to invite all the representatives of all the different religious traditions to make this offering to you. So, as long as we request Your Holiness to live long for the benefit of all sentient beings and the Dharma.
도지 찌라 유아 남양 매발 개 셰시 기 토연 치다와신 문도 유아 식 제거반니 뒤자 용기 닝네 소안데베 레베 조원 조당 구유거든 야세 슈베 닝부 영니 양 라나 지게도 생기 지마를 주발라 상계 남니 묘민제 제송바달 지다 닉도 랑시 기
So, as we make our request and prayer to Your Holiness, it is essential that Your Holiness make the determination to live as long as possible. And we also make requests to you to take care of us throughout our lives until we become enlightened. And I wish to
군전 균 투금이 된된 망조기 타주 괴배 세라 치루 지동국적 조주래고 잡네 제신 제까지와 따르
So Your Holiness has made clear in your last statement about regarding your reincarnation that as far back as 1969, I have made it clear that the Tibetan people should make the decision whether there is need for the reincarnations of the Dalai Lama is needed, should continue. So Tibet is prophesied as the land specially bond, which has a special bond with Avalokiteshvara. So through the aspirational prayers and determination of the series of Dalai Lamas and the karmic potentials of the Tibetan people, we would like to make our request for Your Holiness's reincarnations to continue based on this bond between the Avalokiteshvara and the people of Tibet. So we pray that the 100th birthday celebration of Your Holiness could be celebrated in Tibet. The fearless teacher of the 21st century. So next, His Holiness Dalai Lama gives his talk.
His Holiness, the peerless teacher of the 21st century, will bless the audience with his kind words.
So today here, on this 90th birthday, though I'm 90 years old, I'm physically very healthy. So throughout all these years, for the good of the Tibetans and the Dharma and other people, and I've had great relationship with people around the world, and the scientists have discussions and dialogues with scientists. So it's been really fruitful for me so far in my life. So my life has been very fruitful, worth the human life, has been a worthy human life. So Tibetans in the main, and I've been to other countries, east, west, north, south, where I have found so many people who admire me. So this human life that I have now has been of quite a benefit to the people of the world. So the rest of my life I would dedicate to benefit, for the benefit of others as much as possible. as extensive as possible. So the institution of the Dalai Lama, so there will be some kind of a framework within which we can talk about the continuation of the institution of the Dalai Lamas. Someone who was born in Tsongkha in Dome, Amdo, and then moved to central Tibet, Lhasa, and then who sat for the final exams of a Geshe degree. So, having gone through all these, I feel that I have been able to benefit the Dharma and sentient beings as much as I can, and for the rest of my life, I dedicate to benefit the beings and the teaching of the Buddha. I feel determined to do this. So that's all. Thank you.
Joal hatang chiwa yonki goncham zamang shide tepon rangchok kancham ba namki gonchap tang chigdir merukki chontok cheki alana me be go to shuno konsa jamgon yawi gamu tamchin chinsha zikba chengo gamchang juwa.
So the peerless teacher of the 21st century. Thank you, Your Holiness, for your speech. On your 100th birthday celebration, we hope to celebrate your 100th birthday anniversary in Lhasa, in Tibet.
Direm nyerchik pi lana me pi tomba chimbo shunur konsa jamgun jabi gambo cho shilik tarna gonchang gubshi pe pi timje la po rang thmen sharse shin la sane puji chopa shige.
So next is the 90th birthday group song. Kunyima Sharsa Puyur. The land where the sun rises is Tibet.
The peerless teacher of the 21st century. Your Holiness, we humbly thank you for your guidance and precious blessings. To continue with our program, His Holiness, our peerless teacher of the 21st century, will now bless and partake of the traditional Tibetan shun, symbolizing the Western birthday cake.
So they offer this traditional Tibetan birthday cake. It's called shun in Amdo language.
Tandag lachin namba tang shkandun namba shki kortung jindag nam tang mangcho yongni stemji shinji.
All the heads of the Tibetan Buddhist traditions and others also will take this shun.
Sponsors and attendees are invited to partake of the auspicious shun. Just for your information, the shun is in the cupcakes on your table.
비르 니치 비어 라나미 비 돈바 첨부 진르 공사 장군 제위 공원 추니 자장 통화 돈든 지세 통 현지의 과정 장제
His Holiness will launch
His
the
Holiness, the peerless teacher of the 21st century, will now unveil the sacred scroll and thangka paintings entitled Chaitya Thongwa Tunde, or Multitude of Meaningful Deeds.
Bhumi Dingziki Padan Tinshiba Chiwa Yishi Ramu Choki Zanam Nori Tawa Sharshinanje.
The Chief Justice Commissioner of the Central Tibetan Administration, the Honorable Madam Yishi Wangmuch Nobu Tengwa, or the Jewel Garland.
Wemi Dingziki Warden Woolman Shimti Tsuksun Kwanbu Sonum Stampen Chuka Zajan Tua Dundinja Niento Shenjilanje.
The Speaker of the Tibetan Parliament in Exile, the Honorable Khenpo Sonam Tempe Cho, will now release the pictorial book version of Chaitya Thongwa Tunde, or Multitude of Meaningful Deeds.
Bhumi Dingziki Padan Sichung Pemba Tserang Choki Zanam Hasam Ki Yilen Debatan Ki Gordon Ki Shitang Sumi Shuru Galwan Gibi Chotin Shotib Shanji Nanje.
The President of the Central Tibetan Administration, the Honorable Sikyong Pemba Sering Cho, will now release two significant publications, the biography Beyond Imagination and Gyawagi Bechuti, Cloud Offerings to Delight the Victorious One, containing the 90th birthday felicitation volumes.
Shamne Ngati, a Lakarki Choban Gonzik Shuguin, Toma de la Ki Gortun Ki Mangle, Nima Sharsa, Boyre, Lincoln, Lama Sonam Doma, Jessic Zombapo, Gishi Ron Lobsan Hanjolore.
The land where the sun rises is Tibet. This was written by Geshe Larampa Rongbo Losang Yentak.
Zarse dambi ndarjika shkandu nanda. Gulu dabi zishena ulu shanung niga shkachgo ni jirsipa zinu ndarjika shkandu namba gra hijiri samga. Tina hunchil kirgi chartung ka ayang ki chartung na shepas gishendra. Tina tapung yang kirgi pirchil tamcha gajir jiri tonshis gijire shini chi jirsil pa dabi kartak tang danjin.
Please enjoy our 90th birthday exposition entitled Shimilai Ngada, meaning immortal divine drum sound, presented by Kolo Tapecho.
Jalwe kortun sya panchimil hayir ngaja chasi percerci ya tatirang nyima zangundala kamsam chuji jarpo sartang jatan yongzukji ngabdak tirib nirchi kerton ba wol kangjong nopchil merga rizong tang chipi lana mepi wachat tang tsabzun nyakchi chenor kongsa chamgun jawang chibje pa chembom choko ki gonglo gopchi kortun jin zaigo chuni jamso tawen chili nyimari chasi percerci serja ya chola ramyang kan ahung ya ta ngusin jin chopa kullak pa yit jin chopa jachewa ramsongum chopa changmangwa lana yomeji chopa ma changwa me pa thamchetang.
So we make this offering to Your Holiness, which is numerous, incomparable.
Chenna chikchigimba, digna dikchigimba, shanna chikchigimba, samna tonchigimba, badna lichigimba, tamchig zonka chigjatang, tender doksa chigdal nakan toche jana, chopi nang yang chul yimbi, chul omo serja. Ya, tatalu ki gunglo gapchi kortun jibsha panda, ni timjik. Gombo choko tukchil tamcha jitang de nipshajian. Tukchil tamcha tangbona kanil kalwa hwakta mepi kongrod ni pangtokchi yondan tarushin.
So I'm making this exposition or narration based on the 4 commitments, major commitments of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, the first of which is the universal compassion. His Holiness has appeared in the form of a human being. And His Holiness says that we are all same in not wanting suffering but wanting happiness. So whether you believe in a religion or not, Your Holiness has innovated the term secular ethics. So all your deeds were universal in nature. Your Holiness has won various awards, including Nobel Peace So Your Holiness is the peerless teacher of the 21st century. So as a religious person, Your Holiness has said that we have to be in harmony with the various religious traditions like Hinduism and so forth. So having had discussions, by holding discussions and dialogues with different religions, Your Holiness has made the point that love and compassion are the basis, the same teaching of all the different faiths, and to improve. Though you are the master of the entire teaching of the Buddha, you hold yourself low and say that you are a simple Buddhist monk. So all the different Buddhist traditions are followers of the same Nalanda tradition. Of course, Tibetan indigenous religion is Bhim religion. So, and based on his second commitment also, His Holiness is the peerless teacher of the 21st century, isn't it? Saying, and everyone says yes. So as a Tibetan, His Holiness says that, of course, His Holiness has a responsibility over Tibetan issue. So for the sake of Tibetans inside and outside of Tibet, His Holiness is like the sunshine and the parents of the Tibetan people. And he is truly the peerless teacher of the 21st century. As a follower of the Buddha, Shakyamuni, and the follower of the Nalanda tradition, and a disciple of the masters of India in the past, is the So the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, which consists of both the Sutric and Tantric traditions, systems, so through his practice of the three trainings, with the foundation of good morality and ethics, His Holiness has a deep concentration and a vast wisdom. His Holiness embodies all the different traditions, including Dzogchen. So this Nalanda tradition, the Tibetan Buddhist tradition, has come from Tibet to India. So, having received the teaching of the Buddha from India, His Holiness is giving it back to India now, like repaying the kindness of the Indian masters. And on that basis also His Holiness is the peerless teacher of the 21st century as well. So the indigenous religion of Tibet, Bhim tradition,
Selasin lokong injong yenari, jantun lerling ke syangsem yenari, cujet sama cikpa yembala. Yang tak pi tawayang, kami warso cikna yang nikap cujet sosu, jepi manak tang.
So although the Tibetan Buddhist traditions come from the same stem of the Nalanda tradition, we have their unique practices and presentations. And amongst the Tibetan Buddhist traditions, Gelug tradition is pure from inside and outside.
So the
tradition of Gelug embodies the union of both method and wisdom, compassion and emptiness. Regarding Jonang tradition, it's based on the third turning of the wheel of Dharma, which teaches the Tathagata Garbha, without which there is no basis for the practice of Jonang. It has its own unique features from the point of view of conventional reality as well as ultimate reality. His Holiness is the embodiment or incarnation of Avalokiteshvara. May His Holiness live for 100 eons. Regarding Sakya tradition, so from the point of view of its teachings on luminosity and the path, the result in the path, and so forth, so Dogon Chogyal Pagpa and His Holiness Dalai Lama have the same mind stream, and may His Holiness live long. Upholder of the Sakya tradition. So with regard to Kagyu tradition, Gambopa, who is known as Nyame Takpol Haji, and His Holiness Dalai Lama are also of the same mind stream, and may His Holiness live for 100 eons. So with regard to the Nyingma tradition,
Tawa kenzang gaglungna ngo tongwa xalangi gomba raw gaglungna ramjin salwa tanjili chopa rantur gaglungna tgji kanchab yang thole jiwa landab chiglungna jichu nyengan zomchele Oxel Jandal Shepi Chakchuchi, Londi Domi Jasser de la Kichilwa, Namji Sachin Zopi Togachi, Oli Tami Yansa Kachiki Tolwa. Dorja Simpson Terchana, Sawa Tamba, Jachin Kajit Terchana, Kurja Chiwa, Takparam Gaterchana, Simontoa. Rajazupa Chimbo, Landab Chirnil, Si Chiwa Mipa, Lamzupa Chimbo, Marjui, Oxel Dangapa Mipa, Jivazupa Chimbo, Kaji, Daniel Sal, Natuk Sakarwa. Kaden Litzenam, Oli Tamika, German Jalin Poa Chimbo, Delakinja Pichachu Chanchi, Hualanganger, Yangma Paim, Kanlo Chuksam Jiach, and Samba Lai Meto, Sacho Mejevo, Church Chatung Dipson. His
Holiness Dalai Lama and the Chisung Detsen, the Tibetan king in the 8th century, are of the same mind stream. May His Holiness live for 100 eons.
Jonam Shadow Yesijin Chali Selnerva, Churka Gundov Zamboyi, Nawatimdal Jachewa, Chunil Gundov Zamboyi, Tombianil Tangzapa, Rigachi Rigsum, Rigna Rigjasuki, Toshan the Pia Hajik Pana, Lama Chabda Durjin Chang Chimbote, Konsa Chamgun Chimbon Choyimbi, Jala Zito Ramjum Chief, Shintalateni, General Konsa, Chamgun Chimbon Chokati, Kajir Tamber Koseni Sija.
May His Holiness live long.
General Konsa Chamgun Jali Rambon Chokati, Kalwa Jamsu Artani, Tichil Tamcha, Zoom Zombie, Tujin Tatak, Carmela Lenjin to Pitashi, Montans, Katak, Chunil, Dembi, Rangjandi, Kawachanchi, Charchin, Ruingun. Gati Yang, Ayomil, Tatanchi, Nachang Gunter, Pitashi so.
May His Holiness live long to guide us all. May His Holiness live for 100 eons.
Ki kortun ki shamchin zarum na, ki kortun ki jodun layang, oki shilam, sik zombapo, chisru horsang jigmi, lenken jamia cha shida, lenjo.
Next is a song.
We now present our special 90th birthday theme song, Höge Shulam, or Path of Light. The lyrics are by Chisur Horsan Jigmila, and the singers are Jamyang Tershi and Lundubla.
Saying, Your Holiness, thank you.
Lani 我看浪给当过，咱不知所的在，他们sem着人的，哎妈了我，叫我带着家错，这个是我出门，感觉天比莫拉，天比莫拉修。多拉的你，咱吃了你浪日节比，吃的没有讲你，没sem吃的怕比，吃的怕不拉比，更个阿弥邦格。Tamil se malo, Tamil tije tumba, e malaho, Jawa tenze jatso, Dada sem je yansi.
又讲述他新的的主题着上，我的菜单的所。